Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, let's try to understand the concept of virtualization is. So before that, first let's talk about the physical server. Okay, so whenever we say a physical server, so what this physical server contains? So physical server contains hardware components like CPU, memory and the storage, right? And it's like a single powerful computer which is designed to handle a task for an application or a group of users. For example, if you have a laptop, okay, you can just say that a laptop has one single server. Okay, so if we are just talking about a server room, okay, so we don't have a physical laptop. Okay, how we have, so we have all these necessary components like CPU, memory and the storage and the network. So just grouping all these things, we have just a server, okay, so which can just perform all the tasks. So in the past, okay, generally we had this one physical server which can be used for the to run the applications. Using this approach, okay, so the companies need to purchase more servers to run the different applications. Of course, this will lead to the higher cost, right? So that's where the concept of virtualization comes. So virtualization solves this problem by using a software called hypervisor. So we have a hardware, that is a physical hardware, and we have the host operating system that can be deployed on the hardware. So we have something called hypervisor. Okay, it's like a software. So this hypervisor allows us to run the multiple virtual machines on the single physical server. So this is my single physical server. So with help of this hypervisor software, so I can just make a machine to behave in a such a way that, so I'm just running a three different applications. For example, so this is my virtualization layer one. Okay, so it's like a virtual machine, so which is it has its own operating system, and there is some different application that is being running, but somewhere it's using the same physical hardware. Okay, so I can have the other operating system, okay, with the different application which is running on that. So even I can have the n number of such operating systems as well as applications. But here the concept to understand here is, so all these virtual machines, okay, somewhere they're using this hardware, right? So what are the advantages of using this? So here we have the each virtual machine acts like its own separate server, right? So with its own operating system and application, and this improves the resource utilization because the hardware is shared among the multiple VMs. So this is what the virtualization is, and this virtualization is the foundation of modern cloud services like AWS, Azure, and the Google Cloud, and whatever these cloud platforms you're gonna see. Okay, so they somewhere they have implemented this virtualization. So because of this virtualization, we can of course utilize this, we can have the resource utilization, and along with that even we have the less cost, right, comparatively whenever we are going with the physical purchase of the setting up the infrastructure. Okay, so this is all about the virtualization. Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, let's try to understand the concept of Azure Virtual Machines. So in the traditional corporate environment, so applications are deployed directly onto physical servers. So this approach works but comes with limitations like high cost and lack of flexibility. So in the cloud, instead of buying and maintaining the physical servers, you can rent virtual servers. So these are called virtual machines in the Azure. So I have already worked with AWS and the GCP. So in the AWS, it's called EC2, and in the GCP, it's called Compute Engine. So in the Azure, we call that as a virtual machines. So Azure virtual machines allow you to provision and manage these virtual servers with ease. So now let's discuss some of the important features. So it has the lifecycle management. So you can create, manage, and control the entire lifecycle of virtual machine instances. So this includes starting, stopping, and scaling them whenever it is required. So even it comes with the load balancing and auto scaling. So Azure allows you to balance the traffic across the multiple virtual machine instances and automatically scale up or scale down based on the demand. So this ensures that your application performs well during the peak times and save the cost during the low usage period. So next, it has the storage attachments. That is, you can attach the additional storage to your virtual machine instances for storing data, logs, or backups. And even Azure provides a various option for persistent storage. So next we have the network management. So Azure enables you to configure the network settings, manage the connectivity, and even it ensures your VM instances are securely accessible in the internet. So this is critical for building the reliable and the secure applications. So now our goal is to set up the virtual machine instance, so with the HTTP server, so that we can host the web applications, and we'll be seeing that in the hands-on in the next video.